Welcome to my random kitchen. Not in a kitchen this week, but welcome to my random kitchen in our actual home this week. I am Brittany Bass, a full-time passenger seat princess and operations manager of Matt Becker Fishing. If you don't know me yet, I am also Matt's girlfriend. He is a professional bass fisherman with Major League Fishing. This has been our second season on this tour. So the regular season is done for this year. Super exciting, but now we are in the off season. And generally speaking, we travel all around the country for his tournament. So normally I am in a bunch of different random kitchens, and that's how this podcast got its name. So with this channel and podcast, I get to bring you some of the best wives, fiancés, and girlfriends from the Bass WAGS clan. And we get to talk about them, their lives, their superstitions, all the behind-the-scenes goodness that goes into making a tournament season great. And I have loved doing that. So this is actually episode 34 of Random Kitchens. Okay, welcome back. So today is a very fun day. As you can see, I am not in our kitchen or a random kitchen. I'm actually sitting in our guest room / trophy room. If you can see that, it's really Matt's office, our guest room, and then all of his trophies are in here too. So I'm sitting in here. I'm going to put together, I have 3 jerseys that we want to put into jersey boxes. Let me return you a little bit, but that we want to put into jersey boxes. So at the end of every season, we like to take a jersey from a win or just like a super great event basically, and put them in these jersey shadow boxes that I get. So you guys are going to help me with that today while I tell you all about our off season and a really crazy opportunity that we just got. I'm super excited about it. It's a little scary, but it should be pretty fun. So I'm going to get these unboxed just so you guys don't have to listen to the paper crinkling. So I'm going to get these unboxed, and then we will get to work on putting these jerseys in here while I tell you all about our off season. I really like these jersey boxes, which I can put the link in the description. I just get them off Amazon. But I like these jersey boxes because they come with all the stuff that you need. So if you want to hang it, or if you want basically to square it off in the box, you can. So I'll show you. It comes with all of the things. If you can see that, see. But I use the little hanger, and then it also comes with all of the pins to stick in the jersey, because I have them in there a certain way, and a thimble because it kills your fingers. So I take out this little piece. It has like a black backing, and then I hang up the jersey. So we're gonna do this one first. Okay. And then we will get going. So basically you hang it up just like a regular jersey. I do the zipper all the way up, and then hang him right at the top. There's this little, a little loop that you hang it on. So I'll do that. And while I do that, let me get my calendar over here, just so I know where we are in the world, because my days all run together. So the last time, or I guess last Thursday, obviously we had Julie on, Julie Rabanis, and I love her. She is definitely a kindred spirit. I just think she's so cute and so bubbly. So I'm glad you guys got to meet her. So when we did that, we had just come back from the team series. We were actually home a week. And I can't remember if I mentioned in that, that as you guys know, Matt loves projects. So the first week that we got home, we completely built his trophy case. So I think I actually did mention it because I put in a before picture, but I'll put in right here a before and after picture of the trophy case, because it looks so good. It looks so much better. just super clean. We put lights in it. It looks awesome. So that is a project, again, kind of like the sod project that I wasn't a huge fan of adding to the list, but I'm so glad that we did it and it looks so good after. So our next project is actually to hang up these jerseys. I already have 2 done. I just need to do these 3. He got the wood for it, so he wants them actually in his garage. So once we get those put up, probably the next episode, I'll add a picture of what that looks like. But super exciting there. So kind of some house projects. So basically, what does our off season look like? So we got home. We had about a week and a half at home. So again, that first week, we slept. Matt did some radio shows and some podcasts because super, super exciting. He won the team series along with Spencer, his partner. You guys knew kind of about that because of me and Kristen's episode and all about the Brownie Boys. Super, super exciting there. So that week he had a bunch of just interviews scheduled to talk about that. Him and Spencer went on a bunch of talks like that. So super, super exciting for them. And then he got some fishing in. We went out on the water. He went fishing with a friend. We shot some content. He needed to shoot some content with low boats. So he went out for that as well because we have an aluminum boat as well that's just like a fun fishing boat we can take out on Watts Bar. And so Lo came to shoot some content with that. So he had that. And then the biggest, most exciting thing just for my family and in general is my little brother got married to the love of his life. Her name is Logan. His name is Robbie. He is my little brother, but he's definitely like 6'3". He's very, very tall, so he's not so little at all. And she is a volleyball player, so she is also taller than me, and it seems like everyone in my life is, but so exciting, so happy for them. It was perfect. The whole event was amazing. So I'm going to add some pictures in here of that just so you can see me and Matt dressed up. But they were getting married in close to Philly area of Pennsylvania. So kind of in cahoots with that, me and Matt drove to Weeda's Marine, which help us with our boat as far as servicing it, getting everything, clean and ready for the next owner. They also obviously do it for our current boat, but they are in the border, like Cincinnati area in Ohio. So we drove up to Weeda's. We dropped our boat off there to get it ready for its next owner, which we're super excited about that. So we dropped the boat off there and then drove over to is actually in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. So drove over to Mount Joy. Actually, that's why we stopped at his dad's in Pittsburgh, ate at one of our favorite places, V&V, Scratch Kitchen, and then went over to the wedding area and venue. So it was so much fun. They got married on Sunday. So this past Monday, we drove home after breakfast with them. So they are actually waiting for their honeymoon, which I think is kind of nice. I feel like sometimes if it's back to back to back, it's just so rushed that you don't really get to like settle into any part of it. So I was kind of glad that they chose to do that. That and she's in med school, so the scheduling in general is a little bit more difficult. So they had to do it kind of when she had actual time off. So they're going to do that next year. But again, super excited for them. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was lovely. It was just such a good time, so relaxed. Like all of our family was there, all of our friends. It was just so, so nice. So very fun event that was not at all focused on bass fishing. And I truly think that was like the first thing this year that we have done that wasn't bass fishing related in any way, other than obviously she was becoming a bass because my last name is Bass. So we have we're adding fish to the sea instead of taking fish out of the sea. but just so fun. So basically got back on Monday, and then like I said, he had to do some stuff for low boats. It was actually Kristen Sheffield's birthday on Tuesday, so that was super exciting for her. Happy birthday. And then we also found out some very exciting news. So if you guys have heard me talk about October, we were supposed to have the entire month of October completely free because we were not going out west, which is like what we did last year for the U.S. Open, the One Bass U.S. Open. We did that last year. We'll probably go back next year because they're going to be on Mead and Matt wants to fish that. But originally, the whole October was going to be open. And as you guys have heard me talk about, we typically take like a 2-week vacation in the off season that is not focused at all on bass fishing, just so he can kind of, basically unwind, and I can have some super quality time with him, and all of that. Like we can just recharge. Obviously by the time we get back, he's fiending for some fish, but we generally do that every year. This year, there was so much going on because of the team series and us not knowing which event we'd actually be a part of, that scheduling was a little odd. So originally, we were trying to go to Hawaii. I'm the planner, but I couldn't get it together to plan. There was just too much going on. So we were like, well, let's just take the month at home and get some stuff done here that we need to get done, which is laughable now because our entire October is full. So rewinding a little bit, got some very, very exciting news. Matt and I decided to take a cruise for the first time. So I went in and booked that. I have been on a cruise before. He has not been on a cruise. We would like to see if he likes that form of vacation. So we just did like a short, it's just a 5-night cruise down into Mexico. So booked that. Yeah. Well, this week we got some very, 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 very exciting news. And I don't even know if I'm supposed, well, I guess it doesn't matter now because I booked the plane tickets, or we got the plane tickets booked, but we are going to China, and I can't even, I want to pinch myself a little bit because I love international travel. If you know me at all, the only thing I have ever said in my whole life that I wanted was to go everywhere, meet everyone, and know everybody. So I love making the world feel small. I love traveling all over the U.S., but I love international travel because I think it just gives you such a good perspective on our amazing country, but just also other cultures and other, ways of life, and just like other people's versions of happiness and what they find to be their passion and their strengths and their, just adventures. So I love meeting people from all over the world. I am so excited for this trip. So we actually, it is with bass fishing. So super exciting. MLF China is hosting an event. There's a small tournament within that event. So we're actually going to be over in China it'll be 6 days. Super, super excited. I cannot contain it. I have been researching some Mandarin just so I, know a little bit of the language, but I cannot believe this is happening. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful that they thought of us for it. And that, again, we had the whole month of October open. I mean, that truly, it never, ever, ever happens. That is not how our life works. Normally, it is very scheduled. We have lots going on. And it is so weird. It's so weird how God works. It's so weird just how life plans for what you have no idea is about to come. So now our October is full and I'm so excited. I haven't been out of the country, I guess, since last year. So I'm fiending, just like, you know, Matt fiends for bass, or we need to be near the water. Like, I love travel so much. And I love meeting people, and I'm so excited that we get to be a part of this. So, like I said, it is in cahoots with MLF China. I will hopefully do just like a whole little vlog series of us over there. It is, I guess, in... basically, they're opening a resort over there that is also a fishing-centric resort. So I have no idea exactly what that means or what all is involved. So obviously, after we go, I will be able to tell you guys a little bit more. But that is like, it is so exciting. That is part of our off season. So like I said in the beginning, off season is never off. So having October off for us was so unusual anyways. Generally speaking, our off season, which is what we're kind of working on now. So because October is so packed, and because, you know, previous years, it's always been tight for us to get the boat, get it wrapped, get it rigged. Like, it's always been so tight. So this year we made a super, super conscious effort to make sure everything was done early, which again, like, thank God, we were getting Matt a passport, you know, to go to Mexico. So it's already like coming, you know, everything is like worked out. Even like, we got the wrap done for next year. So we're actually dropping his truck off right before, to get wrapped right before we go. So that'll be done by the time we get back. Like, the boat is already being made at Phoenix. So that'll be done by the time we get back, and we can get that, you know, up to Bass Fish Electronics in New Hampshire to get rigged in November. So all of these things are kind of falling into place, which obviously we know something is going to go awry, just because planning all of this movement in the off season is always, there's always like a hitch in the get along. But as long as you plan early and can get it done as early as possible, which I think has come, you know, just in the years doing this for so many years, it makes it so much easier. So hopefully we will have truck wrapped, boat wrapped. Well, actually it'll be truck wrapped, boat rigged, motor on, and sticker extra decals on truck and boat by the end of November. That is our goal this year. We are super excited that everything is kind of rolling. We have the dates. But to get all of that done, we also have to have all of our sponsor and partnership conversations a little bit earlier, or just have some clarity on what next year is supposed to be looking like, so that all of our overlays can be printed to the right size to go on the wrap, and we kind of know how and what to plan for next year. So again, going into all of that, we are very, very, very thankful and excited that all of our partners obviously are going to be remaining consistent. We have a huge piece of news with one of our partners, and I can't wait to share that, but we're going to wait a little bit longer to share that piece of news. But very, very exciting just step for Matt, for this partner. Next year is going to be so much fun and just so exciting. So big news coming there as well, but it's going well, you know, knock on everything holy, knock on every piece of wood in here as well. But it's very exciting. I'm glad that it's kind of piecing together well, just because generally speaking, we're go, 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 and by the time December rolls around, it's just a mad dash to get everything together. So this year we made a very, very conscious effort to make sure we started early. We had, you know, certain conversations done, wrapped up. We had certain parts and pieces shipped, wrapped up, started, that kind of thing. So now our off season, while crazy, it's going to be just a little bit easier, I feel. So This week, this weekend, because it'll be Friday when this is posted. It's Thursday right now. So because of the Monday backup, it's just this video got pushed a little bit. As you guys know, this is my fun thing. So I try not to stress too much about it as far as when I get it out, but I do like to do at least one a week, just keep you guys in the loop and keep Random Kitchens going. So this week, this weekend should be fun. I think we're gonna tackle, like I said, the hanging of the jersey project. I would like to do what we did to the trophy case in our laundry room, just because we really don't have a ton of storage in there, and the storage that we do have, it's just like this little shelf, and it's like sagging. It looks so sad. We just put it in there like right after we moved in, mainly to put on the all the laundry detergents. So it's just like sagging a little bit. So I would like to get that done. And then next weekend, and Matt's fishing today, so I'm guessing he'll also be fishing tomorrow, and we'll probably go out this weekend just on Watts Bar. He's actually down at one of the lower lakes today. But next weekend, he has some friends coming into town. So that in general is just fun. It's some people he hasn't gotten to really hang out with in a very long time because, you know, schedules are always crazy. So talking wise, you know, they've always done that, but being able to like get on the boat together and just hang out, that'll be super fun. So I'm sure we'll be doing some bonfires and things like that. Next week's episode, fingers crossed, it'll be an interview. I just say fingers crossed because I have two people scheduled, so I'm not really positive which one will be first and which one will be second. But so basically, we have friends coming into town. We'll have about a week off, packing for China, which again, I'm just so excited, so I can't even. So we'll be packing for China. We leave for China that Monday, and we'll be back because it's actually like 24 hours to get there, which is so weird to think about. But the way that the time zones work is they're actually a day ahead of us. Hold on. Let me think about that. They're 12 hours ahead of us. So basically, they are a day ahead of us. So while we're flying, we're going to lose a day in totality, which it's mind-blowing. But anyway, so we'll be there for a week. We get home for 3 days, and then we head to Tampa to get on a cruise ship to go to Mexico as our relaxing tester vacation of just, let's do something in October spontaneously. So that should be fun. I'll let you guys know how Matt handles seasickness, and hopefully he has convinced himself and me minorly that being in a bass boat on Lake Erie should be big enough waves that he will be fine on a cruise ship. So I'll let you guys know how that actually works. Again, I have grown up on boats, but I've grown up sleeping on boats. A little different, and cruise ships are way bigger than that, and it's just a different motion. So I know I'm fine. I can't wait to see him, but I think it'll be good. And then we get back from that, and we have about 5 days, and we pack and grab the boat and get ready to go up to New Hampshire and Connecticut. So super, super exciting there. Our friends, but also Bass Fishing Electronics, the guys who rig Matt's boat, are up in New Hampshire. So we are going to see Steve and Nicole Estes for that. We stay with them, obviously, but super exciting along with that. The boat's getting rigged, so we're going to drop that off. And then we're going to shoot down and stay with my little sister who is in Connecticut. We'll stay with her for a few days. Super, super excited about that. In the mix of all of that, so we'll be with her a couple days. We're going to get on a plane, fly down to Tampa again because Suzuki is hosting a meeting with us. So we're going to fly down to Tampa out of Hartford, and we'll do that for a few days. Then we'll fly back into Hartford and take the truck, leave Autumn's house, my sister, drive up to New Hampshire to pick up the fully rigged boat. And they're doing, with Bass Fishing Electronics, they're doing this huge customer appreciation dinner, which is so exciting and so fun. I'm so glad that we're available for it because, again, there is normally a tournament that's over that week. So my birthday is in that week as well. It's normally some type of championship is like on top of all of this. I think it's normally the Toyota Series Championship, which it could still be that week. We just didn't do the Toyota Series last year, so we aren't in the championship. But so all of that is happening at one time. Then we come back. So after we stay up with Nicole and Steve and do customer appreciation or go to the event for Bass Fishing Electronics, we come back. We have a couple days at home, and then we leave again for we have no idea where, for the Team Series number 2 event. So the Brownie Boys will be back in action. If I had my guess, I think it's probably going to be somewhere in Florida just because it's the end of November. But what we're hoping for, like you guys saw in that previous video with me and Kristen, we're hoping we go to Arkansas or somewhere kind of around that area just because that would be so funny. Since the first one was around where Matt grew up and fished. We were hoping that the second one would be kind of where Spencer grew up and fished. So we're going heaven knows where after that. So we'll be there for about 10 days. And then it is Thanksgiving, which you guys may or may not have heard me talk about this. Because we travel so much, it is very difficult to make some of the events happen that happen throughout life. You know, we try to be there for all of the really big ones, the baby showers, the weddings, like try really, really hard to make, you know, big birthday events, like those kind of things. But Thanksgiving is the one time that we host. I started it right after we moved. Like we moved to this house officially in October, and I told everyone we were hosting in November, which made us obviously get this house together. But I wanted it to be a tradition. I wanted anyone who wanted to come to be able to show up. So we get an Airbnb in the middle of all of this. We have bought some extra land, and we're going to put a small manufactured house on it, or modular or whatever they're calling it on it, just so we'll have the extra space for people. Some fishermen can rent it from us, that kind of deal. But this year we're doing an Airbnb again, so any family from his side, my side, friends, whoever can come, show up. I cook, you know, we have tons of snacks and all of that, but it is the one time, 100% of the time that I know we will be in town. I don't care where we're coming from, what we're coming to. Like, I will make sure Thanksgiving happens at my house every single year. So we are hosting, obviously, again this year, and I'm very, very excited to get everyone here again. It's just so much fun. It's so relaxed. We do a bunch of bonfires and all of that. So that is our end of November. I believe we're doing a friends couples trip at the beginning of December. And then we have 2 weeks in December. And those are our kind of fail-safe weeks of what in the boat do we need to do. Whether it's if we weren't able to get the rigging done in November and need to shoot back up there and do that. If we weren't able to get, you know, the boat on the water, get the oil change, full service done, we have time to do that. If we weren't able to get it wrapped, if we weren't able, you know, any of those things. There are 2 weeks of like our fail safe of what do we need to do? Who do we need to visit? Is there a sponsor media thing that we need to do? Is there a sponsor meeting we needed to fill in? Like any of that kind of stuff. Are we needing to do a pre-content shoot prior to the tournament season starting? All of that kind of goes into that. It's like 2 to 3 weeks. And then Christmas kind of starts, which, again, you guys have heard me talk about this. Our Christmases are wild. We have done, you know, three cities in basically 5 days for the last 3 years. So that's a lot, and meaning us, Pittsburgh, or Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and then around Richmond area, Virginia. We've also shot down to Florida before, so I'm not 100% sure what the plan is for Christmas this year. It's a little just complicated, obviously, because we all have branches everywhere. We want to see everyone. So I'll keep you guys posted on what our plan is for that. We would like to go to Florida, rent a house that anyone can come to there. I just don't know how all of that's going to work yet. So that is our whole year in a nutshell. If you're keeping track, I think we can breathe for a couple of days in the middle of there, but generally speaking, there's a lot going on. And kind of in the middle of all of that, which you've heard me say this, is all of our, end of the year wrap up stuff for sponsors, anything that they need, numbers, videos, posts, like whatever they need going on. So super exciting time of year. And a lot of people are like, aren't you excited to get to the off season? And we love the off season just because it's so chaotic. And it's so different than throughout the year, but there's always something going on. Like I don't know how people make time. Like we're not hunters. We like fresh game for sure. So if you are a hunter and want to send us anything, please do. But I don't know how the hunters from bass fishing are able to make it all happen as well as hunt. So huge kudos to them and their basically team that they've set up, because it is wow. There's always a ton going on, super exciting. Matt this year is consistently working on his casting, which you guys know I always comment on. I can make an obstacle course for you if you want. So instead of my obstacle course, he's just going to different places that have some, different holes and areas to cast, branches to cast under, docks, all that, to just work on his casting game. Guess he didn't like my obstacle course option, but that is what we are doing this off season. It has already been a little bit of a whirlwind since the end of the year, but all good things, all super exciting things. You guys know, like, I love this life. It is so chaotic. It is so crazy. But someone's got to do it, right? Like, why not? Why not? So I'll keep you guys posted. Again, sorry for the solo episode. Sometimes I'm really good at scheduling and getting things in the go on, and sometimes I'm just not. Sometimes you get, China put on your plate, and you're like, holy crap, what do I wear? And what do I organize? So that has been our week this week. I'm very, very excited. If you have been or have any advice, we're flying into Beijing, so we'll be kind of around that area. I'm just so excited. So if you have any advice, drop in the comments, or let me know, send me a DM, whatever it is. But very, very excited. I'm excited to get these done, so I'll show you what they look like after as well, just so you guys can see it. But thank you for joining along in this episode this week. Again, crazy life, so sorry that it is just me and a solo episode. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye!